you guys a quick stream about this. It appears that the WBC has finally had enough of Canelo and his antics, basically with this upcoming fight with Charlo that basically means nothing for Canelo, to be honest with you. Does nothing for Canelo. Basically, they've avoided this long enough and protected Canelo long enough. So it appears that Canelo has to fight David Benavidez, who is the mandatory by the first quarter of 2024. Now it's September. It's September. The fight is next week. So basically, they're saying if Canelo refuses to fight David Benavidez, then basically Canelo will all likely be stripped unless they send a WBC a check to basically buy some time. And I'm just taking this at face value. At the end of the day, we all know that Canelo has went out of his way not to fight David Benavidez, and it's about time that the WBC, if they're really serious, flex on Canelo and make this fight happen. Now, this is a PBC fight that I would love to see happen. David Benavidez deserves his shot to win his belt back that he never lost in the ring. And this will prove that Canelo is willing to fight anybody. It'll finally prove that Canelo is willing to fight one of the best guys available to him and not circumvent, cherry pick, and do what he does. This fight with Charlo makes no sense whatsoever. And to be honest with you, people ain't really getting up for this fight. People ain't excited about this fight. So I'm happy that Mauricio Sullivan is putting his foot down and telling Canelo this has went on long enough. And I also think that they ain't no buzz for this fight. I don't think this fight is going to do well. I don't think it's going to sell on pay-per-view. I don't think it's I wonder how many tickets have they sold for this fight. People are not really up for this fight. People ain't excited about this fight because one, it just doesn't make sense. They trying to promote it as undisputed versus undisputed, but you talking about two weight classes down. So yeah. Oh, and Tyson Fury, that's another thing. They talked about Tyson Fury is about to be stripped too. But Tyson Fury is about to retire for like the third time, according to him, and it could create an opportunity for Deontay Wilder to fight for the belt against it might be Andy Ruiz. They might order Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder to fight for the vacant belt. They saying that Andy Ruiz priced himself out, and that's basically what happened. It's highly unlikely. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think the WBC is gonna sanction a fight like that, where you talking about a guy moving up 3 weight classes, and it'll just, I mean, it would just look very bad. Listen, if they was to fight at a catch weight, find some common ground, then maybe people would be interested in it. But at the same time, you talking about, once again, Bud hasn't even had a fight at 160 or 154, and then for him to move up, like, I mean, come on, I mean, junior, middle, superman, I mean, basically move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. I mean, that's asking a lot of Bud, and I know Bud put out a report that he's in a picture that he's walking around at 180, that he really wants to make this fight happen. But it appears that Canelo, if he does fight Bud, it won't be for undisputed, because he won't have that WBC belt. He won't have that WBC belt because apparently he has to the first quarter. Who knows? Tyson Fury is in and out of retirement. 1 minute he says he's done with boxing. He says he's not coming back. Then here he comes with this fight. So basically, Canelo, after he get through with this circus fight that's coming up, he gonna have some decisions to make. unless he tries to fight Bud next. I mean, that's the only thing I'm thinking. If he goes directly into a fight with Terrence Crawford and says, okay, well, we'll just fight Terrence Crawford then. But then you talking about September, so when would you fight Terrence Crawford? What, December? So we'll just have to see. But basically, they saying Canelo is out of options. He has to fight David Benavidez, or he's gonna get stripped of the belt. And then the question is, would the WBC allow him to fight Terrence Crawford for undisputed? You know, people got to start asking, the sanctioning bodies these type of questions. So you really gonna allow a dude who's not had one fight at 168 to basically move up 3 weight classes for a title fight? And you have to ask yourself, and I got love for Bud, but is that fair to the guys that's already at 168? I think this is why the WBC might be stepping in. So you thinking, well, he either has to go directly to Terrence Crawford after this fight, or he has to fight somebody at 168, and then he has to fight David Benavidez, but they're giving him to the first quarter, which that means he has between, I think, January and March to set up a fight with David Benavidez. So we'll see. Well, you don't. Well, I mean, you can put your goofy emoji faces all you want. If that's the case, if David Benavidez gonna get smashed, why ain't Canelo got in the ring with him? I mean, since you trying to come on here and troll, I mean, Canelo then had 3 years to fight David Benavidez. Is it that easy? Then why won't he make the fight then? I mean, let's just keep it a buck. I mean, Canelo was struggling with Caleb Plant until Caleb Plant gassed out. And then when David Benavidez fought Caleb Plant, keep in mind, Caleb Plant had a ring that was the size of, you know what I'm saying, of a mansion. They had that ginormous ring to where Caleb Plant was like backing up a lot. So, I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. I know what I'm talking about, man. Don't come here with that. Don't come here with that goofy stuff. This is a real boxing channel. Don't come here with the groupie stuff. Canelo then had opportunity after opportunity to fight David Benavidez. When David Benavidez had the belt, he didn't want to fight him. He waited till David Benavidez got stripped. Then he asked to fight for the belt. So if he's so sure that he could beat David Benavidez, then why don't he fight him then? Why he fighting Jamal Charlo? I mean, why he fighting Jamel Charlo then if he's so sure? Why he fighting the dude that's 2 weight classes under him if he's so sure he could beat David Benavidez? I mean, since you know everything. See how these clowns come on here talking that stupid stuff? So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Why won't Canelo sign a contract? Why won't Canelo send him an offer? Why Canelo fighting a dude, a 154 guy instead of a full-fledged 160 guy? Explain that. How does Jamel Charlo jump the line? I mean, since you know everything. I mean, so then make the fight then. We wanted to see this fight for years. No, I'm just saying out. I'm just saying, let's have some real boxing conversation. Fight him. David Benavidez is a lot. I got David Benavidez. He gonna watch Canelo. Canelo's best chance to beat David Benavidez was a couple of years ago. David Benavidez is way better now than he was a few years ago. So I'm telling you now. And then Canelo getting long in the tooth. Canelo, we gonna see how Canelo look next week. But anyway, you guys, just wanted to give you a quick update. Coming back with the heat later on. So there you have it. Canelo has to fight David Benavidez